Might as well vlog from here rather than the mall. Anyway, the more I go travel vlogging, the more ideas I'll get up. So this is just just going for a walk. So this is my hall, as you can see, Sheikh Saeed Halls. That's mine. Sheikh Saeed Halls. Alright. From now on, I am called Sheikh Saeed Halls. I've been traveling, no sleeping, I'm tired. When I'm abroad, I like to sleep less and make the most of every second that I got. What's the point in spending more than half an hour in your hotel room? There's no point. So, yeah, show you. Take a little freshen up, and I'm gonna, what do you call it, sit down, chill out with some friends, huh? I'm gonna chill out with some friends. Where was that place? I think Park Place there. I'm gonna be right up there somewhere, or was it one of the two? I'm gonna go somewhere up there, and my last day here, then off to the next, the nomadic traveler. Anyway, the more I come, the more things you pick up. What to bring, what not to bring, what devices to bring, and yeah, I need to make more. Slowly, bit by bit, I'm gonna venture out. I really wanted to do a video on asking Europeans and non-Muslims how are their visit to Dubai in a Muslim country. And I want to do a video on that. So next trip to here, I'm going to ask, and I'm going to make a video, because of some of the hypocrites that even come here. They enjoy it, they have the time of their lives, and then what do? Go back and say they're taking over from there. So things don't stay the same forever. Things change. Alright? We in the UK call an ambulance, how long do we have to wait? Sometimes it won't even come. That's how it is. Here, literally, they called an ambulance. Within 4 minutes, they were here. All right, 4 minutes. And they'll have a drip down your arm within 5 minutes or 10 minutes walking in through the hospital. Now you tell me, and what it is, ironically, the people in the what do you call it, NHS, top service in terms of the intention and everything like that, their work, their intentions are the best. And the problem is they don't get paid enough, number one. Number two, the reason you'll go into NHS and stuff and you'll see the carers and whatnot are immigrants, because they're the ones that are willing to work for less pay. Now, the people who are born and brought up in the UK or in the West, they won't work for that sort of money. So they'll come, and of course they're going to come and work, they're going to serve you, and then they're going to take every penny back to their family. Now, you're getting a service from them, which, you know, we need. Now, if it's all British first and whatnot, all the care homes and what, I'm not saying there aren't any British people, white people or non-white people who are born and brought up in the UK that not doing an amazing job. Of course they are. The thing is, I'm on about the far right, the agenda that the immigrants this, immigrants that, taking over this, taking over that. Elon Musk, for example, this guy, Elon Musk, what has he done? This guy says one thing and then he does another thing. He thought that he would jump on the bandwagon of Trump, America first and immigrants out, and then he realized as soon as he got his foot through the door, what did he do? That H1 visa thing, or whatever it's called, get all the brightest and all the cleverest, or he calls it, non-white people from like South Indian countries, and the very thing that they're saying, you know, when they say close the borders and all that, we all know what that means, close the borders and whatnot, and the discussion needs to be had about grooming gangs and whatnot. Okay, let's have that discussion. Let's sit down and let's have that discussion about grooming gangs, and let's actually talk about it. Let's see what Islam says. Now, Islam says they should be hanged, capital punishment, and end of story. Now, why is it? I'm sure you'll be happy for that punish happen. I'm speaking to those hypocrites, not everyone else, that you'll be happy with that punishment for, say, white, especially if it's from a Muslim background, regardless is a practicing one or not. If they do some sort of crime seem to irk you a bit more, like give you a little bit more oomph, like in your hatred towards it. That's the thing I don't get. Now, Islam would literally take him court of law with evidence, and they'll be flogged or hanged or capital punishment. During that, back in the days, they never had lethal injection and whatnot, so they did it in a certain way. I'm sure now lethal punishment will be a different way. Like even in the America, when they used to kill people with injection, capital punishment, why did they used to have visitors, family members and others, and cameras and stuff, to show as a deterrence? That's what it is. Public flogging and whatnot. But obviously with the times you move on, you innovate, but the punishment thing, deterrent thing stays. So that's what it is. Now, about working and these people, the rich 1% are jumping on the bandwagon of immigrants out. Even this place won't run. Look at this guy here. Look, dropping food, yeah? Just imagine in UK, you won't hardly see someone like born and brought up from the UK doing that. Like if you want to, you love doing the numbers when it's grooming gangs and whatnot. And if you want to have a talk about grooming gangs and the percentage and whatnot, let's sit down and have a talk about it. Let's sit down and talk about it, okay? And let's do the numbers. Let's crunch up the numbers and see who are the ones that are, if you're so bothered about a gang doing it or an individual doing it, what do you call a gang? Is it a gang when it's only 3 or 4 Asian people? And especially the chili powder gets added on when it's from a Muslim cultured background, which is they are not practicing at all. So, so yeah, so they're not practicing at all. And then does that constitute as a gang? I want to know. Let's have that discussion. They keep on saying a discussion needs to be had. Why repeat the same thing? Let's have a discussion. Let's see what Islam says about grooming gangs. What does actually the Sharia say? A Muslim grooming gang or a groomer or whatever does, what happens to them? They are literally capital punishment. That's it. End of story. Done. So I don't get it. Why the hypocrisy? I don't get the hypocrisy at all. Why does it hurt? Why does it burn more when it's a certain children, a victim? A victim's a victim. A victim shouldn't matter regardless where their background is from. But we all can see when the victim is from a certain background, the hypocrisy and all the hate comes out. And they use their unfortunate pain and trauma for their agenda. That's what it is. That's all it is. So the next time when they say a discussion needs to be had and we need to sit down and talk about it, let's talk about it. Let's sit down and talk about it. Let's see what Islam actually says. And let's talk about the immigrant stuff. Okay? Let's actually talk about it. Let's actually talk about what the immigrants contribute, yeah? And how many of them are coming in? And how long will it take to take over the UK? And is it possible to take over the UK through the boats? You know, like fighting edge men and all this buzzword lingo. Let's do the numbers, let's do the maths, and let's do it. Because you know what? The people in power, the top 1%, they are playing us all, the both sides. They're playing us off each other because number one, they need them. Okay, they need the cheap labor and stuff because the British people born and brought up in the UK, they won't get out of bed minimum 15-20 pound an hour. Or how are you going to live in this country, in the UK? So that's that. And they won't do certain jobs. Okay, majority, I'm talking about the majority or a good 50-60%. The immigrants. Now, when an immigrant, and he happens to be from a Muslim background, and they do some sort of crime, he should be punished. No one is saying no. And no one is protecting them. Because blatantly in the Quran it says, stand on truth even if it goes against you and your kin. And there's certain verses about protecting your brother's sins and whatnot. It's a general statement which people take out of context. You need to ask how it works. What does that mean? Not like, oh, there's a grooming gang going around in the corner somewhere and you hide it. No, that's not the case. In Islam, you're not even allowed to touch a woman's hand, let alone groom them and whatnot. So let's have a discussion and let's talk about this and punch in the numbers, and let's see who is doing what and which. Is it to do with ethnicity or what, or is it to do with religion? Elon Musk and Douglas Murray and Tommy Robinson and all them lot. Yeah, let's see. Hold on a second, guys. Anyway, I'm gonna go live in a bit again, the last day, and yeah, need to talk about this. I wanted to get it out of my chest. So take care, people.
Habibi, come to Dubai. 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 Habibi.